Hello, everybody. Welcome to another class. Today, I'm gonna be talking to you about Remotasks. So, Remotasks is like the websites I have shown you before. You're basically gonna be working with microtasking, and you're gonna be able to earn in dollars for that. You're gonna be able to work wherever you are. Maybe from home, or maybe you're traveling around the world and you need some money, you can come here up on Remotasks and you'll be earning in US dollars for basically realizing online tasks from home. Right here you have a lot of information on how it works. So basically, uh, you'll first go through a tutorial on how to work and how to complete the tasks. You're gonna first learn, and then you're gonna unlock tasks that are linked with that specific learning course. Okay, so first you go on, you learn, then you complete the tasks that are related to the subject you have learned, and then you get paid in dollars weekly wherever you are. Right, so here you can go on and take a look on the website. Here is how it works. Basically, you know it depends on the difficulty of the tasks. You realize the harder they are, well, the better you will get paid. I'll take a look onto those tasks in a second. Again, you can work from anywhere and anytime. So let's say you are a little bit more productive in the morning, so you can just go on and you pick like 2-3 hours from your morning, and then you go on and you work anytime you want, anywhere you are. And here you have some frequently asked questions. For example, how do I join Remotasks? I'm gonna be showing you this in a few moments. And my little cat over there, she's trying to communicate. Anyways, so here you have a bunch of questions that, before getting in touch with the support, if you have any questions over here, you can just come up over here and how do I task? Do we have to pay to use the platform? And well, it's already answered. Of course not. You receive money for actually using the platform. Well, anyways, and here you have a bunch of frequently asked questions. All right, so I'm gonna be showing you now how to register. You go on and sign up, and here you can choose whether you want to log in with Facebook or continue with Google. And first, again, you hit agree to the terms and services. Again, I recommend you guys read those terms and services to always be aware of what you were signing on to. Alright, so I'm gonna follow on and I'm gonna click continue with Google. There we go. Okay, then you continue. Alright, so getting started. Welcome to Remotasks. In order to get started working, you'll need to learn a bit more about the platform and pass the security training. Here's a quick overview of what you will be doing. Alright, so first, we're going to personalize our profile. We're going to have an intro about Remotasks and the security training, learn best practices and get clear to the work on our platform. Okay, so we're going to hit next. So for example, what type of work are you trying to find on Remotasks? Okay, so here we have more time, 20 plus hours a week, less time, or maybe under 20 hours a week, or maybe you're just trying out. Okay, I'll just click trying out. What language projects do you want to take on? So let's see, I'm gonna put your English. Where is, oops. Well, what? Oh, they don't have English. Okay. I'll just put French then over here. Add the language. And we could also go with Portuguese over here. Where is it? Portuguese. Alright, French and Portuguese. And the location where you live, I live in Brazil. So we're gonna hit Brazil. Alright. And then this is for US only location. Alright, so if you live on one of these states in the USA, you click over here. That's not gonna be my case, but well, in case you live in the US or in these states, you hit this little checkbox over here. I'm gonna hit next. Alright, and then tell us about the main device you'll be using for Remotasks. So here you could be even working from a smartphone or a tablet. I'm be using my computer desktop. And then what internet connection do you have access to? Yeah, more than 10 mega. Yeah, my computer is between 4 to 8. My video card, I think, what is your computer video card? I think it's around 4 gigas. Alright, we're gonna hit next. We're all set. Okay, so we're gonna have an introduction course over here. Alright, starts. Getting started on Remotasks. What is Remotasks? Remotask is a website that pays you to label data. The data is then used to create artificial intelligence AI systems for tech companies around the world. What is data labeling? Data labeling is when you point out objects of interest in the picture, video, or 3D scene and give a description of what the objects are. In Remotasks, we call this tasking. Help drive innovation while making money on your own time. Tasking on Remotasks. What kind of data are we labeling? You might see pictures, videos, and even objects represented by points in 3D space, sort of like a video game. How many different labels are we finding and pointing out? Sometimes we are looking to label just a few types of things, like person and car. Sometimes we are looking for more types of things, like 5+ types of cars, 5+ types of roadway obstacles. Other times we are labeling everything in the scene. How complex the rules for when to use each label. Sometimes the instructions for a tasks are short and simple. Other times they are longer and have more complex guidelines on how to handle each situation differently. Okay, so basically, whenever you have to tick those boxes to grant that you're not a robot, well, it's not very different from that. Probably here we're gonna have maybe, let's say more complex scenes than just ticking where you see flowers or where you see cars or buses or cross lanes. Anyways, it's not so different from that little box you tick just to make sure you're not a robot. Okay, so basically you're gonna be describing what they ask you to in the picture. Alright, so let's go on. And here, alright, one of the most important parts, and the reason why everybody is watching these videos is getting paid. Alright, so when do I get paid? Once you start doing tasks, your earnings will start flowing in after a couple of days. Once you are tasking regularly, payment will appear once a week. Here's why. Task will be higher when your labels are higher quality, meaning they closely follow instructions. This is why we calculate pay for each task carefully. Sometimes we calculate the pay for each task very quickly, and other times it may take a few days to calculate the final amount. Generally speaking, more difficult tasks such as LIDAR tasks require more time, but those tasks also pay more. This is because we may ask another tasker, a reviewer, to review your task and fix anything you missed in the instructions. We calculate our pay once the review process is complete. And then 2, we trigger everyone's payout once a week. We do this on Thursday midnight UTC time. The cutoff is Tuesday midnight UTC time. In other words, if you did a task before Tuesday midnight and we calculated the pay for that task, you will get paid out. You'll get paid out in the payout. And then how much am I paid? All right, this is gonna again depend on each task you'll be doing, and they're gonna take in account those three factors. First, difficulty, then accuracy. Okay, so the the more accurate you are, the better you describe the objects over there, the the best you're gonna be paid. If you just describe them in a sloppy manner, maybe you will receive 50%. And then on your contribution, okay, so the more tasks you have completed, the better your contribution is, the bigger your contribution is. So all of these three factors, they are going to factor in your payouts. All right, so let's follow on. Next up, security. Learn how to keep your Remotask account and task data safe and secure. Everyone on Remotask is required to complete the security training before tasks. The purpose of this training is to help us develop an understanding of security risks and what we can do to tackle them when they arise. Alright, so Remotask Security Awareness Training. Security threat. Definition: an event or condition that has the potential for causing asset loss and the undesirable consequences or impact from such loss. Data breaches, one of the biggest security threats, and can lead to a negative financial impact on the company and its reputation. Alright, so here I'm gonna have a little tutorial. Alright, so tips to prevent phishing. In case you guys are not familiarized with phishing, phishing is basically when you go and you try to log in a website, and that website, let's say you try to log into Amazon. Alright, so you want to buy something into Amazon, and then you go on and you Google Amazon, but maybe the first link you are clicking is maybe in the link you have Amazon, but it's not that exact. It's not the real Amazon website. Basically, you're gonna be clicking into a website that looks pretty much like Amazon, but once you try to buy something and then you pay for that something, and you feed in your data, your credit card, and all the payments. Well, this is like a fake website. All right, so they're gonna try to steal information from you, and most importantly your money. Okay, so these are some tips to prevent phishing. All right, so one of the most common methods that cyber criminals use to gain access your account and sensitive information. Right? Definition: a method of trying to gather sensitive information using a deceptive emails or websites. Just like I told you, let's say you go into Amazon and in the link you have www.amazon.com. Maybe there is something, maybe they have Amazon written with 2 M's, and maybe you don't read it before clicking it. But there it is, it's a different domain that looks pretty much like the original domain, but the idea here is to try to steal your information. Alright, so you gotta be careful with those. So don't trust unsolicited emails. Filter your spam and install. Be very careful when you install something like an antivirus. You should install an antivirus and a firewall program to keep them up to date, but also at the same time be very careful on what you install on your computer. I mean, I know this sounds pretty obvious, but just reinforcing those concepts. Don't click on. Alright, so maybe you have those little pop-up messages around here, or maybe on some other websites. You got to be careful not to click in those links. They're malicious links, and try not to open email attachments from strangers or unknown contacts. And always verify. So you can go onto this website page over here. I can't really click, you have to type in, but basically virustotal.com slash GUI, you're going to be able to verify whether this website is or not malicious. Malware, right? So a malicious software that cyber criminals use to steal sensitive data, user credentials, and financial information. So a little bit different from the phishing over here. A malware is something you end up installing on your computer, where basically the hackers or cyber criminals, they gain access to your computer, and then they can basically they can steal information and spy on your computer. Okay, so be very careful with, for example, suspicious files, unauthorized software, or up-to-date antivirus software. All right, so if you have an antivirus software, probably they're gonna prevent you on to clicking into some of these malwares. Worth saying that malwares are very sophisticated nowadays, and the antivirus are always running against the prejudice in these cases. So again, we're saying be very careful whenever you download anything from the internet. And then your password security. Again, I have kind of mentioned I mentioned one of these concepts to you guys in the previous videos. Don't use the same password, have a mix of letter and numbers. A strong password, use a password manager. Randomly generated passwords, a little bit better. Never write down, share, or email your password. Again, this is a big mistake a lot of people do. They pick they open a Word file on the computer, and then they type down all the passwords over there. So again, if you have a malware installed on your computer, the hackers or cyber criminals, they could basically go on into this file, and they can look and copy all of your passwords. So if you're gonna write down, you pick a notebook, a real pen or a pencil, and then you write down on a real piece of paper instead of writing down on a file in your computer. Don't save passwords in browsers. Okay, so if you have sensible information, like for example, you're gonna access your bank account, it wouldn't be recommended for you to leave your password in the browser. I do have a few stuff on my keyloggers, but nothing that could compromise my information. Don't use personally identifiable information on your password. Let's say you put your birth date on your password. Okay, so if you go on and you register on a phishing website, or a malware service has access to your computer, they could have access, for example, to your birth date, and then they could basically try to guess your password. Change your passwords regularly, that's recommended, right? So whenever you have those bank accounts or PayPal accounts, would be interesting for you to change these passwords regularly. And then the most important one here is use a multi-factor authentication. You can go to Google Authenticator, and then you can try to link an authentication into that authenticator. It's gonna basically be randomly generating passwords every 1 minute, I think. So your password is going to be constantly changing, and you can have access to that, right? And be careful to removable media also. Sometimes you could have malware installed on USB devices. All right, so let's go on and continue. Again, whenever you'll be creating your account, you should read carefully those. Social networking dangers. Another way that cybercriminals use to gain access of sensitive data. To prevent the loss of critical data, practice the following tips. Don't reveal sensitive personal information. Don't post, share, discuss, or mention any information or projects that you are working on. Right? So since we in the nowadays we share so much information about our personal lives, in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, and other types of social media over here. Be careful what you'll be sharing, because again, this information could be used against you. All right. Physical security and environment controls. Security risks don't just occur on the web. Never leave your passwords on a piece of paper. Well, again, you know, I just told you to write on a piece of paper, and personally, I do those whenever I, need to access to some important stuff. For example, I don't know, you deal with crypto wallets. Well, these are very very long mnemonic phrases, so it's very unlikely you know you remember them by heart. So again, if you're gonna leave the password on a piece of paper, here it says never do that, but I do have some passwords written on notebooks, but they are carefully outside of the view and of my room, outside the webcam or whatever around. Okay, so they're very carefully kept. Never leave your computer unattended while being away. Okay, so again, let's say you have a malware on your computer. This computer could be infected and be used to other means. And never leave sensitive data or information open on your computer in public. So again, since we are talking about a freelance website, and maybe you might be working at a cafe, I don't know, or a bar, or a library. Maybe you're not at home, and you leave your computer over there with all this information. Again, you should be careful. But these are just memos, right? I think most of you are all aware of everything that is over here. Data management and privacy. Alright, so never make copies of Remotask data. So here we're talking specifically about Remotask. Don't share Remotask data on social media. Ensure that you are in private setting when working. Don't discuss sensitive information regarding Remotask's data on the projects. And don't download, transmit, copy, or distribute any Remotask material externally, including no screenshots or photos. Do not maintain any records or logs. No printing on Remotask data. Do not send anything to your personal email address. And don't store or save anything on personal devices or with third-party cloud storage providers. Alright, so again, this is regarding the Remotasks, all of the data that you will be dealing with. So do not do what they have told you not to do. And other useful tips. Always keep your Remotask account private and secret, and avoid using other websites that are not from Remotask. Alright, and notify Remotask at securityremotasks.com. If you have any issues, you can go on and get in touch with the security at remotasks.com. Alright, then security. Okay, so here we have a little pop quiz. Security. 1 out of 3, true or false. You should never install unauthorized software on your computer. That's true. Alright. Security. Which of the following is considered a strong password? Okay, so see, you guys can see. Password 1. Yeah, this one is not strong. Winter 2020. Very weak one. Disney 2095, not a very strong one. Now this one is all you can see. Everything is random here. You have some characters, some capital letters, and it's a very long password, well, at least it's longer than all of these three. So we could go on and click on this one. All right. And then your friend is also a tasker. Your friend wants to learn more about the task you are working on. Can you tell about your friend about it? We have just seen, do not share remote task information. Oh, not quite. Oh, sorry, I clicked yes. Well, I was distracted. Sorry, yeah, so no. Yeah, just like I told you, do not share the remote task information. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted on that one. You're working on a very cool project and want to share it on your social media, but you are not disclosing any confidential information about the project. Can you post it? Again, we have just seen it. Do not share anything. Do not talk about the information that you are working. If you want to recommend Remotask, I'm gonna show you later on. You can share it with friends, and you can even earn some amount of money if those people actually subscribe to Remotask. But you will not be talking specifically about the projects you are gonna be using. Alright, so you see, you should never share information in social media. So yeah, like you know, you can say, oh, I'm working on Remotask and make some money. You know, you want to try the website, but don't go on the social media and, you know, I don't know, post a screenshot. I don't see why people would do that, but it's worth reinforcing what not to do, right? Alright, and then true or false, phishing emails are fake emails that appear and come from a trusted sender. Well, it's not a trusted sender. Well, phishing emails are fake emails that appear to come, yeah, they appear to come from a trusted sender, not a trusted sender. So this is true. It's like I told you guys. Okay, so here we are committed to responding to complaints and concerns and reports raised from you, right? Speak up if you see, hear, experience, or learn of inappropriate conduct. You can make an anonymous report or a whistleblower hotline over here. Okay, so in case you see someone sharing information about remote tasks, you could go on and click over here. All right. Okay, and here you have the information of contacts on Remotask. English speaking USA and Canada. So if you guys live in these regions, you have this phone number. Spanish speaking in North America, in case you guys are more familiar with Spanish speaking, you can get in touch with this number, or maybe from Mexico in this number. Alright, let's go on and continue. Okay, congratulations on finishing your security training. A few last things before you get started. So we have an intro course over here. Alright, okay, here we have our main page over here. So we have hydrofoil giraffe and hydrofoil giraffe evaluation. So I don't know what this is, well, but they're gonna teach us what is a hydrofoil giraffe. We could click here on to start, and then they're gonna give us a training course, and then we're gonna be able to go on and realize the task that they are asking us. Here again, you can take a look at the dashboard. We have $0 on our account. Nothing really new. Here you have your task log, just like we have shown the tabs before. So no task, no earning, end days. We have task. All right. So here, every project that you get in will be shown over here. Every project that you have started, that you are doing, and that you have finished will be shown over here. Then here again, your balance. Well, after you, well, if you want to get, if you want to withdraw your money over here, after you receive your money, you have to go on and submit your ID and link your PayPal account in order to be able to withdraw your money. Here is on relation to the training. Alright, so all of the trainings that you have done, they'll be showing over here. Why is it so slow? not really oh, all right, of course. So here, okay, so all the trainings that we could go into. Interesting. And then again, you can take certification exams, right? So for example, English certification exam, A1 Spanish level exam, breakthrough beginner level, Italian certification, Polish exam. Here you have, French certification. I could take that one. I could go on and maybe try a Spanish certification, and Portuguese also. These are the languages I speak. I'm more of a Latin speaker. I don't know anything about the other languages besides English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese. Alright, anyways, here you can basically take those certifications. Over here you see you have a bunch of them, and also all the languages that they are working with. Alright, so it's pretty straightforward. Alright, so you go on, you sign into Remotasks, you take their quiz. I mean, you read first and then you take their quiz. And then you go on to task log, and you first have to start the training course, and then you will be able to earn money through the tasking. Alright, so I hope this has helped you. Again, if you guys have any questions, you have the frequently asked questions here in the main page. Let's see over here. No, actually, I should refresh this one. But remember, I shown you before the frequently asked questions in the main page over here before you sign in. You can take a look in the frequently asked questions, or you can also try to contact support if you have any type of questions. Maybe you didn't receive your payment, or things like that. You can always go on and try to contact the support. Alright, so I hope this has helped you, and I'll see you on the next class. Bye bye.